Alright folks, welcome back to the Splitinnercircleteachings Teachings May month session 3. Today we're going to be talking about a simple but yet complex correlation with the trend, with the previous day's trend. Alright. I'm sorry if the background noise is bad. I'm actually in my grandma's house, so they keep talking. I can't do anything about that. I'm sorry. Anyway, so today, this previous day's trend. Okay, coding it down. So let's go down directly to that. The previous day's trend obviously has the meaning. What was the price to on the previous day? Let's take this day as an example. So in this particular day, the day starts in the London session, right? London. And what is this? This is around the PM session sell side. This right here is also the PM session sell side. This is the lunch rate. I'm sorry about that. So anyway, I'll just remove all the session liquidity so that you guys can do it on your own. Alright. So this particular day, what happened? The trend was clearly too damn bullish, right? Even in the Asia, even here. Yes, there was a small, quick down, but the overall trend was good and was very bullish. So on the basis of that, I let me remove this to explain it to you. On the basis of this, I actually determine the next bias. If only if the entire range is like in a consolidation state. See, the overall range is in a consolidation state, right? Just in a couple days or the past week. So when the price is in a consolidated range, you give your best preference to the previous day. When it's in a highly bullish state, like I'll give you the other examples as well. In this example, this particular range was clearly consolidating. There were higher highs, higher highs, lower lows, lower highs, whatever. It's actually in a straight line if you actually observe it. Okay. So the price is going up and down, whatever. But the previous day, on an entirety, it was up. So my view was to only enter buys. Okay. On this particular day, yes, I would have entered sells if this were to happen. If this were to happen during the London or New York, yes, I would enter sells. But this didn't happen. This right here is the external liquidity. Okay. The PM session external liquidity. PM session PSL. Okay, let's just do that. And this right here is an internal liquidity, which is not in any sessions because it's like 445, so it doesn't get considered anyway. So this right here is the internal liquidity. Yeah, you could still enter sells, but I wouldn't. And my next range was this PM session sell side liquidity, right? You could still consider this sell and this buy right here. Obviously it's a Asian sell side, but I wouldn't consider these both because it's not in our timings. Anyway, this is the PM session sell side liquidity, right? PMS SSL. Alright, PM session sell side liquidity. Here what you do, you wait for the price to retrace till here. Since the previous day was clearly bullish, you wait for a good market structure shift in the 5-minute. Yeah, it did happen. And you can enter directly off of the 50% retracement from the market structure shift level. So this was actually one of the sniper entries that day we took. Everybody took the same entry here. So you can place your stops here, you can target all the way here, but I wouldn't target that much. I'm good enough with a 1:3 or 1:4 or 1:2 is enough. So that's basically how you do it. So this is an example of a bullish day trend based scenario. Now let's go to a bearish day example. Okay? Now this in particular, yes, you may argue that the entire overall trend was kind of bullish, right? But at this particular day there was news, and the news was FOMC. Okay. And this day the news was bullish, sure. The news was really super bullish, and you may argue that Krishna, the entire price was bullish, so why didn't we enter buys? Why did we only aim for sells? I'll give you the good answer. Whenever there is a news or high impulsive candle, it doesn't have to be news. Even in this case, it was kind of bearish, right? But look at the time, it was almost 3 p.m., right? But here, from all the way to 8:30 to all the way to Asia, the entire trend was bearish, right? I don't mean that here it was from here and here, so you went to buy or sell. No, if you consistently observe these examples that I'm giving you every single day, you will slowly realize that uh, the previous day trend is really important for the short-term traders like us, right? So from 8:30, what happened? All the way from 8:30 to the Asia start, it almost was bearish, right? The entire trend was kind of bearish. So what do? You mark out the liquidity zones. Okay. From this is like 8:30, so this is like external liquidity. You don't need that, obviously. So I wouldn't consider that high, but sure, I would consider this high 10 a.m. and I would also consider the 11:30 as an internal liquidity for the AM session. Right, these both are AM session liquidities, AM and AM. Okay, so you wait for a good fractal. I wouldn't consider this Asia because it's like too small. So the minimum level for me to observe it is this particular zone right here. Okay, this zone right here is the minimum level for me to even consider it as a liquidity sweep. What happened here? Sadly, there was no market structure shift that day, so we didn't. There was a market structure shift around here in the 5 minute, but yeah, it didn't retrace exactly. So yeah, there was no entry that day either. But still, our analysis was right, and we aimed for sells, which played out good. Now let's go to the next day. The next day, you will clearly observe the trend, right? Yes, it was like kind of bullish a bit, but what happened next? The entire day from again 8:30 to all the way in the Asia, it just fell down, right? And yeah, we also have this impulsive news scandal that just drastically fell down because once a person sees this huge candle, they think that, yeah, obviously it's going to go up. No, it doesn't always have to be that. Okay, so you have to realize that it's all a trend based game, a short term trend based game. So you need to look at both the long term trend and the short term trend. I give more preference to short term than long term, so there's that. Anyway, the short term trend was kind of bearish this day, and if you observe it, the reason I took the um, Asian high as a sell side is, if you look carefully, if I was a retailer or if you were a retailer, where would you put your stop loss? I would put it either here or in the Asian high. I wouldn't put the thing all the way here about this new scandal. No, it's like too high up. Obviously, being it on a Tuesday and there was no news, there was almost no chance that the price would reach all the way till this high, right? So you have to put the ranges also into consideration. Anyway, this high and this high, Asia high has been swept. There has been a good MSS. There has been a good MSS, and then you wait for the 50% retracement over here and enter directly. There's been a 50% retracement in this particular zone after the Asia high sweep, and it was during our New York session. You either trade in London session or New York session. You don't take other trades. Okay. So these are the three examples that I'm giving you for this video in the short-term trend-based video. So yeah, I mean, hope you understood what we are going to look at in the short term. I'll give you a live example as well for today's. See, this is a today's example, so it didn't play out. Again, if the entire trend is upright and the entire thing is upright, it's going upright. Obviously, this entire trend is bullish. There was no bearish scenario, and you would anticipate buys. Okay, that's good. But if today's scenario, I'll give you a live example. Let's see if it plays out. Okay, the internal sell side liquidity, if it has been swept and there has been a good MSS in the 5 minute, yes, I would enter buys. If there is a good MSS after the external sweep, yes, I would enter buys. But but I wouldn't consider any internal liquidity over here. The external has already been swept. Now, if I want to enter sells in this particular day, I want to see the sweep of Asia high, because this is the highest point so far in a couple days. So I would want to see the break of this and then a market structure shift and then a 50% retracement, and then sure, I would enter sells. But without that, I'm not entering sells this particular day. Okay. So either this has to happen for me to enter sells, or I would happily enter buys after the sweep of the internal sell side liquidity or the external sell side liquidity. Okay, either one of those. Okay, so that's today's video. If you have any more doubts, you can get it clarified in the live sessions. Okay, all right, I'll see you guys soon in the next video.